One of my good friends, Kristen, was like, hey, what are you doing for spring break? And I was just like, nothing special, probably working. And she's like, let's study away. And I was like, okay, I've never even been on a plane before. I'm not going over the ocean.
And it was during spring break, so I was able to get a class, take it for class credit, as well as experience a new country and culture.
Michelle Hewlett was our faculty member for this trip. The effort that she put into this trip to make us all have a learning experience, yet a fun experience, I just feel like it was so sweet.
So the class portion of the study away trip involved meeting once a week. We discussed culture, food, travel documents,
how to interact with the people and kind of what their culture is all about. I actually liked this portion because you kind of got to know your classmates better before you actually went on the trip.
Our flight path was from Springfield to Chicago, Chicago to London, and then London, Heathrow, finally to Dublin Airport. And so the people of Ireland were very friendly. I didn't meet anyone who was not friendly. Our bed and breakfast we stayed at was nice and local. It was the Kilronan House.
One of the requirements for our trip was to go on business visits, which I was actually really excited for because you get to know more about the company and how they got started to where they are at in Dublin. We went to the Guinness factory. We went to MetLife and MasterCard.
MasterCard was really special to me because I interned for MasterCard during the summer of 2014. So that was really awesome to see the Dublin MasterCard office.
We also went to the U.S. Embassy. We got to meet Kevin O'Malley, the U.S. ambassador for Ireland. And then we also went to MetLife and we met the Bracks, Nicole and Adam.
The two of them were Missouri State alumni, and they described their path to going from Springfield as Bear grads to native people in Ireland, which was awesome to see how dual citizenship works, as well as about MetLife and what kind of financial services they provide.
So that was really a cool experience just to have a connection for after school if I decided to go to MetLife or anything like that.
For sightseeing, first we went to Trinity College. They're in the Dublin City Center. To put it into perspective, imagine if Missouri State was basically in the middle of New York City. So it felt very different walking onto Trinity's campus, and then as soon as you leave, it's like, wow, I'm in the middle of the city.
On one of the days of our trip, we went to this little town called Howth, Ireland, and we took the train out for the day, and it was just kind of a dock sea area, and it was just kind of a more relaxed environment. I love the city, but going to Howth, I was like, okay, this is what I think of when I go to Ireland.
We stopped at various points of interest, lots of historic castles from battles that were still standing, and you could walk up to them. We arrived at the Cliffs of Moher. The view from the Cliffs of Moher was absolutely breathtaking to see a 700-foot drop just feet in front of me.
The highlight of Dublin, Ireland for me was honestly experience a different culture other than the United States. I personally have never even flown before, let alone been out of the country, so that experience alone was the most terrifying, exhilarating, most awesome feeling, and that just kind of made me realize that there's so much more outside of me living this sheltered life, and that makes me want to go experience more.
It definitely broadened my horizons and realized that there's each country is a whole different story, and whenever you go outside of your comfort zone or willing to take that step, you can really learn a lot more about yourself and about other people in general.
Taking this trip opened so many doors for me, not as networking wise, but as a person. If you have the chance and you're scared, take it anyways.